How I can go to
Sanitation's garbage collections. This is my workshop presentations of garbage collections, and the target audience is 18 years and above. With this, I have an agenda to go through this workshop. This is the agenda. In the agenda, we have our open remarks, which will be done by waste management manager. We have self-introductions of all participants, which will be done by individual. Immediately after that, we have declarations of the purpose of the workshop. That will be done by the facilitator. And immediately after that, we'll be having lunch. And coming from lunch, we have questioning. From questions, we have solutions. And from that, we have conclusion. Now, the opening remarks. Authorities in the country to keep urban centers clean. However, it is among the most poorly rendered service in the basket. The systems applied are insufficient, outdated, and insufficient. Population's coverage is low, and the poor are marginalized. Waste is littered all over, leading to solid waste management is one among the public essential services provided by municipal in sanitary living condition. Municipal laws governing the urban local bodies do not have adequate provisions to deal effectively with the ever-growing problems of solid waste management. With rapid urbanization, the situation is becoming critical. The urban population has grown fivefold in the last 6 decades, with 1.35 million people living in the urban area as per the 2001 census. Immediately after that, we have criteria to go through this workshop, which it is impediment or which is we can look at to mitigate the ever-growing of garbage train on the streets. First on the list, we have the improper disposals of waste. Definitely, as we all can see, everywhere you go, you will see disposals of waste or garbages everywhere. And that one is not good for our community or for our environment that we live in. That one is definite. But as we take a look at this, we as a community leaders, we as citizens in our locals will need to sensitize people how to deposit their waste. But we cannot only do that in isolation. We definitely need to come and bring along the waste management, bring along the city council, the Minister of Health and Sanitation, and even the present government to come and assist in this situation. But definitely, we can look also at the next at the agenda, the health implications of waste disposal. As we can see, there are so many diseases that we can get from waste or from garbages. Because of it is these are everywhere it is not controlled. Definitely we experience diarrhea, cholera, and so many other sicknesses we cannot mention now. And that one come with an economic effect to the people that are living in within those environments. And it is not good for our day-to-day activity. But as we may highlight this one today, definitely it is a point or we can highlight this one and see how best we can lay down programs and how to synthesize people, how we should go about this. Among the midst is water pollution. Water pollution, as we all can say, water is life, and indeed water is life. And the minimum water that we have is what we use to serve us. But it has been polluted by garbages or by waste. So definitely, there is a concern for individuals that are using all these waters for our day-to-day living. If the water is polluted, then definitely sicknesses will just come up rapidly, and we don't know, we might not know what is the cause. So, because of these garbages that have been littered everywhere, it causes water pollution. And among the mist also, there is the blockage of drainages. As you can see, especially during the rainy seasons, people have this culture whenever there's a heavy rain, they pour or they throw their garbages into the drainages to be swept onto the sea. At times, it will not be successful because these garbages get stuck along the way. Then definitely we have a blocked drainages, and when these drainages are blocked, we experience flood. And when there is a flood, we experience destructions of properties and loss of life, and health implications come around also. So definitely this one is really harmful for us. So what we need to do in this workshop today, as we may depart from this place to go to our biggest community, we just need to go and sensitize our people, help them out to know that what they are doing, it is wrong, and that we should put measures in place how to mitigate this one. And next to the list is air pollution. Air pollution is one of the basic fundamental things that people get sicknesses from. And definitely, as we can take a look at this one, we need carbon dioxide or oxygens for us to have our breath. And once that one is polluted, definitely it will come with a health implications. But it is not that much. We need to help each other to see how best we can mitigate this also. As we come down, we'll look at the threats to human life, animals, and plants. And we have discussed so many things about human section where the garbage or the waste get disturbed. But definitely, animals and plants are really essential to the day-to-day living of human beings. We cannot live without them. So, because of these garbages that we throw around, definitely it comes with a problem for them to exist. So, they too they are a threat. So, we need to know what we are supposed to put in place and see how best we can clean our environment, and that these animals and plants will have an environment where they can grow and live healthily. Then it will be at our own benefit for us to exist and live a better life. But when we come along with this all, is that the only thing? No. All of these bullet points that we have raised here today, we need the collaborations of the Minister of Health and Sanitation, the Freetown City Councils, the waste management, and even our communities, even down to our homes. We need family members to convert themselves together to see how best they can practice a very good healthy hygiene and see how best our environments will be clean and free from disease and sicknesses, and that we'll have a better life to live. When it comes down to the agenda, we have our conclusion. And on this conclusion, it reads: the hazard posed by the dumping of untreated hospital industrial waste are even greater, with the release of pathogens and toxic compounds posing a grave threat not just to human life, but also to plants and animals. Garbage dumping in the countryside is not simply an eyesore. Entire landscape and ruin and unique habitats for flora and fauna are lost. All of these problems are common in Sierra Leone. We have vast quantities of solid waste remain collected in the streets, along major roads, in empty plots of lands, downhill slopes, and in illegal dump. I know as we depart from this workshop today, we will go home in our various communities to implement these things that we have learned here today. But we should begin that with ourselves, in our family, and see how best we can have a healthy hygiene practice and see how best our environment will be clean. Thank you all for coming. I hope we all learn from this. Thank you very much for your time.